oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel.
Hey, greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? Come on, Errol. This is my co-host, Errol. Come on, Errol. That's my co-host, Errol. I really do pray, family, that you are doing extremely well in all your ways and that you're moving into your own reality, because you literally have no choice now. We're literally in stoppage time, if you want to call it that. The new world is manifesting, and if you've been doing the work for many years, then you'll see how your words, your thoughts, your emotions are actually affecting your life in real time, for the better or for the worse. Just as positive experiences manifest much quicker, so do negative experiences. And I'm actually going to do a video where I talk about my little accident, and how, I've talked about how it was kind of a swarm effect, but how it led up to that, how my thinking, my emotions, and my association led into that. But make sure you're subscribed to that channel. And, we wanted to talk to you today about a very important comment that we got on our Instagram, where someone was telling, where we were talking about how millions of people showed up to support Ibrahim Traore on April 30th, and, millions across the world, and how the media did a whole blackout on it and stuff like that. And he was like, you know what? We also have to remind our global African nation that Ibrahim is not alone, that there's actually three of them. But they want to make it seem like it's him alone for a very specific reason, which I'll get into. But now, before we get into that, family, special shout out to the sponsor of today's show, Makula Music Academy, which is an online academy that offers online piano and guitar lessons that are not just educational, but truly therapeutic. She, of course, teaches people of all age groups, family. And Makula Music Academy is actually celebrating 30 years. Wow. And you can use the promo code 30 years for a special discount. And it's not so much even about learning the piano or the guitar, but even if you take it one step further, it's a beautiful way to heal, to grow, and express yourself through music, right from your own home, family. So I've got the links are all down below, where you can check out the website and see, have a look around, family. Have a look around. And special shout out to Makula for sponsoring today's show. And if you're interested in sponsoring a show, definitely get in touch, mumbi.seraki@gmail.com. So family, it's so important, as this amazing comment, I don't even know who gave me the comment, who said it is so important for us to first of all recognize that Traore is not operating alone. He's not moving alone, but there's actually three of them. What they're called the Sahel revolutionary, generals, literally, if you want to call them that. And it's so important, family, for us to be aware of the three, because Babylon wants us to think that Ibrahim Traore is operating alone, that he doesn't have other people supporting him, that he's not operating with other nations, that he doesn't have the support from other nations. But it's very, very important that we be aware that that's a narrative that, supports Babylon, that supports the West, that supports the former colonial nations, family. But what actually supports us is for us to recognize that Traore is not operating alone, and he has his brothers, head of state of Mali, Assimi Goita, and Niger's general, Abdurrahman Tiani. These are the men. So they're standing together as three. And they say, is it when two or more, when three or more are gathered? Our ancestors are there. The Most High is there, the highest, most ancient force that created and manifested us from time immemorial is amongst them, family. And it's so amazing because I was reading somewhere that Morocco has actually come out and said that they will be supporting the three generals and giving them, access to their ports, to the Atlantic Ocean, which is extremely significant, family, extremely significant. And you know what? I've done a whole other show on Dr. Mumbi Spirituals where I say that, it's common knowledge by now that not only has the African continent been shrunk on the maps of the world that we use, we honor the ancestors in the wind, on the maps that we use, family, but that the map is also upside down. And South Africa might actually be closer to, Antarctica, which is the ice wall that surrounds us, like quarantine style. But if we were to think that the map is actually turned down, then that would make what Ibrahim Traore, Goita, let me just get their full names, family, because this is huge. Assimi Goita. That has to become a name that's just coming off my tongue like that. That's Mali's head. Assimi Goita. And don't forget, Mali has some of the most ancient of ways, stargates. And these guys, family, they're not just moving like that. But maybe I'll get into that on the show that I do on Dr. Mumbi Spirituals, on who these guys are spiritually. And Niger's General, Abdurrahman Tiani, and of course, Burkina Faso's captain, Ibrahim Traore. There are three of them, family. It's not just the one of them, which shows you that this thing, it's not just a one-off, but this is the spark that Africa needed to start awakening the neo-colonial states and have us seek our independence, because that's the language, even in the British government, former British colonies, or for neo-colonial enclaves of the divided states and the divided kingdom. That's all that the citizens are talking about. But Ibrahim Traore is not alone. And that shows you that we are now in the time where the revival awakens on the motherland and spreads across the whole world. But catch that episode on Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. Wow, family, what a time to be alive. It's absolutely just such an honor to have caught the transition at the transition. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to me, family. And special shout out to the sponsor of today's show. Definitely check out her academy, Makula Music Academy. It's been there for 30 years. They're celebrating their 30-year anniversary. You can imagine the level of, expertise that's behind that, family. And they offer online piano and guitar lessons that are not just educational, but truly therapeutic. And there's a special promo going on for all of us connected to the 30-year anniversary, where since they are celebrating their 30 years, family, if you go to the website, which is in the link below, and you type in the promo code 30 years, you will get a special discount. And it's not just about learning the guitar or the piano, family, but it's also a beautiful way to heal, to grow, and express yourself through music. Stay uplifted. And if you would love to sponsor a show on the Dr. Mumbi Show, family, get in touch. mumbi.saraki@gmail.com. Tuko pamoja. to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines.